For more than 25 years, the smartest 30 minutes on television. From the campus of Wake Tech, get your crania in gear. It's time to play Brain Game.
Welcome to the Brain Game Playoffs. The road to the championship is set. Competing today are Apex Friendship High School and Raleigh Charter High School. We're going to do it, brother. All right. Science Olympian high fives up front. Very nice. Well, hello and welcome to Brain Game, everyone. I'm your host, Mark Roberts. Thank you so much for joining us here at Wake Tech Scott, Northern Wake Campus. Let's meet these players and get this game started, shall we? First of all, from Raleigh Charter, we have Eric, Wisdom, and Avni. That is Raleigh Charter High School, everyone. And from Apex Friendship High School, we have Ori, Zach, and James. That is Apex Friendship. Remember, in Brain Game, each team will get first crack at 3 questions in each category. Correct answers in Brain Game earn you 20 points. Get it wrong, we take 20 away. If a team can't answer, they can pass, so the other team should always be ready with a response. Let's get this Brain Game playoff matchup underway and see which Wake school will have bragging rights all summer long. In today's pop-up culture, we're heading out to space, the final frontier, testing our players' knowledge of all Star Trek series. I'll give you a clue. Each correct answer will be the name of a Star Trek series. So let's begin pop-up culture, Star Trek TV series with Raleigh Charter. This Spore Drive powered ship and its crew traveled 900 years into the future for its last 3 seasons. It recently ended its run.
Our team's answer is Star Trek Enterprise.
That is incorrect. Apex Friendship, you want to try?
Our team's answer is pass.
Discovery, the answer was searching there. All right, we are back with Raleigh Charter now. The first new live-action TV series in 18 years. This series launched in 1987 and features the Enterprise D, captained by Jean-Luc Picard.
Our team's answer is Star Trek The Next Generation.
That is correct. And last, pop-up culture for Raleigh Charter here. Named for a captured space station near a wormhole. This grittier series aired until 1999 and was about keeping up with the Cardassians.
Our team's answer is Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
That is correct. All right. Now, let's trek over to Apex Friendship here. A reimagining of the Federation just prior to the original series. This recent series includes a young Captain Kirk. It takes its title from the famous introduction.
Our team's answer is pass.
That goes over to Raleigh Charter if you want to try that.
Our team's answer is pass.
Strange New Worlds, the answer we're looking for. Question 2 in pop-up culture for Apex Friendship. The earliest prequel was this series about the first version of the famous starship, captained by Jonathan Archer. It takes place 104 years before the original series.
Our team's answer is pass.
Over to Raleigh Charter.
Our team's answer is pass.
Answer there is Enterprise. And last Star Trekker for Apex Friendship, another spin-off of The Next Generation was this show about the eponymous starship that found itself far from Earth, led by Captain Janeway.
Our team's answer is pass.
Over to Raleigh Charter.
Our team's answer is pass.
The answer there is Voyager. All right. Let's set our phasers now on current events, players, shall we? In our next category, headliners, you'll work together to answer questions about local and global events. Each team will begin with a visual clue, so ears open, eyes on the screen. Here's the first question for Raleigh Charter. He and his family were in the governor's residence when an arsonist set fire to it during Passover. Who is this Pennsylvania chief executive?
Our team's answer is pass.
That goes to Apex Friendship.
Our team's answer is Shapiro.
That is correct. Now we're back to Raleigh Charter. Do you think she felt like a plastic bag in Zero Gravity? What singer joined several other women on a trip to space on Blue Origin?
Our team's answer is Katy Perry.
Katy Perry is correct. And last headliners for Raleigh Charter. What messaging app did Secretary of Defense Hegseth get caught sharing details about attacks on Houthi rebels on 2 occasions?
Our team's answer is Signal.
Signal is right. Now, we're doing headliners with Apex Friendship. He calls himself the world's coolest dictator and recently visited the White House. Who is this leader of El Salvador?
Our team's answer is Bukele.
Well said, and that's correct. I thought I was going to have to say that. Good job over there. All right, second one for Apex Friendship in headliners here. Charlie Cox trolls us for several episodes before finally appearing as the title superhero in what Disney Plus series?
Our team's answer is pass.
Over to Raleigh Charter.
Team's answer is pass.
Daredevil Born Again, the answer we're looking for there. Last headliners for Apex Friendship. Amazon and Meta were both corporate sponsors of what annual spring event held on the White House South Lawn?
Our team's answer is pass.
Over to Raleigh Charter.
My team's answer is pass.
That's the Easter egg roll. And with a standard large chicken egg at 2.2 inches, it would take approximately 77 million rolls for one egg to have traveled across America, which is our next category today on Brain Game. Players today, we're looking for chemical elements named for places. You can earn points by giving either the name of the place or the chemical that it is named after. So let's jump into this with Raleigh Charter. Atomic number 97, synthesized in 1949. It was named for the California town and university at which it was made.
Defer Avni.
Our team's answer is berkelium.
A good deferment, that is correct. Sticking with Raleigh Charter here, atomic number 95. It's used in smoke detectors and was given its continental name as it is under Euporium on the periodic table. Europium. Say it right, host guy.
Our team's answer is pass.
That goes over to Apex Friendship.
Our team's answer is pass.
The answer there is Americum, America. And last one in this category for Raleigh Charter, atomic number 69, the former name of a town and a U.S. base in Greenland. Some of the element is in euro banknotes.
Our team's answer is pass.
Over to Apex Friendship.
Our team's answer is pass.
Thulium or Thule. Thulium/Thule. All right, let's go across America. Chemical elements named for places with Apex Friendship. Atomic number 98, synthesized in 1950. It was named for the university and state where it was made.
Our team's answer is California.
That is correct. Question 2 in this go-round for Apex Friendship. Atomic number 117, named for a U.S. state, home of the Oak Ridge National Laboratory.
Our team's answer is Tennessee.
That is correct. And last across America for Apex Friendship, atomic number 116, probably the last new element discovered in the 20th century. It was named for the town and laboratory in which it was made.
Our team's answer is pass.
Over to Raleigh Charter.
My team's answer is Livermore.
That is correct. All right. Well, players, we've hit our first break now, and we've got more points up for grabs with not quite an SOS edition of Word Power plus Arts and Literature. Brain Game will be right back, everyone. Welcome back to Brain Game, everyone. After that first round of play, we have Raleigh Charter with 100 points, Apex Friendship on the board with 80. It is time to find out now how well our players can do filling in the blanks. In today's Word Power, we're asking a question about words that contain the letter grouping OSS. Each correct answer will have OSS appearing somewhere in that word. So let's kick this off. Words that contain OSS with Raleigh Charter. Shakespeare was the first to make it a verb. What 6-letter word is idle talk about the affairs of others?
Our team's answer is gossip.
Gossip is correct. If you're an ancient mariner, don't kill one. What 9-letter bird is 3 under par on a hole in golf?
Our team's answer is albatross.
Albatross is right. And last one in this round for Raleigh Charter. What 5-letter word meaning something worthless comes from the scum on the surface of molten metal?
It's not also 4 letters.
Our team's answer is pass.
That goes to Apex Friendship if you want to take a shot at that.
Our team's answer is pass.
Dross, the answer we're looking for. All right, now we're doing words that contain OSS with Apex Friendship. What 6-letter Australian marsupial can be brushtail or ringtail? Add an O and you get the American cousin.
Our team's answer is possum.
Possum is correct. Question 2 for Apex Friendship. It was featured at the Battle of Hastings. What 8-letter ranged weapon launches bolts great distances?
Our team's answer is pass.
Over to Raleigh Charter.
Our team's answer is crossbow.
Crossbow is correct. The Battle of Hastings can be entertaining sometimes. And last question at Word Power for Apex Friendship. What 6-letter word can mean to become rigid or fixed in attitude or to become bone-like?
Our team's answer is pass.
That goes over to Raleigh Charter if you want to try.
Our team's answer is ossify.
Ossify is the correct term. All right, your toss-up is another OSS word that currently describes the outcome of today's game. It's a toss-up right now. We're on now to arts and literature. Players, anything you've ever learned about paintings, music, literature, theater, and more could appear in this category. You'll want to work together figuring out an answer. Each team begins with a visual clue, and we kick things off now with Raleigh Charter here. Jean de Dintiville, Georges de Selve are the subject of this famous Holbein work titled after their political activity. What is this title?
Our team's answer is The Ambassadors.
That is correct. Question 2 in this go-round for Raleigh Charter. Those Russian authors sure love axes. A murder weapon in Crime and Punishment. Their sounds appear at the end of what play by Anton Chekhov?
It's just a gun.
The Fur Avni.
Our team's answer is a gun.
That is incorrect. Apex Friendship, you want to try?
Our team's answer is a cannon.
That is incorrect. The cherry orchard is what we were seeking there. All right, let's close this out with Raleigh Charter. That's all right. Try it again here. Number 3 here. A general term for a perfect society. What term, which means no place, was coined by Sir Thomas More?
The answer is utopia.
Utopia is correct. All right, now we're arts and lit with Apex Friendship. It's so big it took both Van Eyck brothers to create it. What is this church artwork found in a cathedral in Belgium?
Our team's answer is pass.
Over to Raleigh Charter.
Our team's answer is the Ghent altarpiece.
That is the correct piece. You are right. Now we're back to Apex Friendship in this arts and lit category. What group of 19th century composers, led by Mili Balkaraev, shaped Russian classical music and had a cool nickname?
Our team's answer is pass.
That goes over to Raleigh Charter.
Is it that?
Yeah, you just go.
Our team's answer is the Mighty Five.
That is correct. You got it. And last arts and lit for Apex Friendship. Schopenhauer, Nietzsche, and the Lego Movie all refer to what fantasy location built by the birds in the Aristophanes play?
Pass. Our team's answer is pass. Sorry.
That's fine. Over to Raleigh Charter. We get the message.
No, that's a different play.
Our team's answer is pass.
Answer we're looking for there is Cloud Cuckoo Land. Players, we've made it now to our next break. When we come back, it's the world's most dangerous edition of Name Game, plus crunching numbers and rocket science. Brain Game will be right back, everyone. Everyone, after that second round of play, we have Raleigh Charter on the board with 240 and Apex Friendship with 80. We have a couple of substitutes that are now in the game for us. Coming in for Raleigh Charter, the veteran Brian, everyone. In for Raleigh Charter, an excellent crowd wave he has, all right? And in the game now for Apex Friendship, we have Nashitha. Welcome, Nashitha, there. All right. Let's get back to the questions now. In Name Game, we're looking for names of things considered by Wikipedia to be the world's most dangerous. So if danger is your middle name, this is your Name Game moment to shine. So let's kick this off with Raleigh Charter. A 1968 exhibit at the Bronx Zoo featured the most dangerous animal in the world. What is this animal? The exhibit consisted of a mirror.
Our team's answer is human.
That is correct. Question 2 for Raleigh Charter. What 6-foot-tall, flightless bird with a bone mohawk and dagger-like claws is considered the world's most dangerous bird?
Ostrich? I was thinking cows. Okay, go ahead.
Our team's answer is cassowary.
That is the correct bird. And last one here for Raleigh Charter. Fronted by Paul Schaefer, the world's most dangerous band supported what late-night talk show host from 1982 until 2015?
Our team's answer is pass.
Over to Apex Friendship if you would like to try.
Our team's answer is pass.
David Letterman. He was on the David Letterman show. All right, this is now name game for Apex Friendship. In 2009, Casu Marzu was named by Guinness as the world's most dangerous food. Illegal in the U.S., what product is made from sheep's milk?
Our team's answer is pass.
That goes to Raleigh Charter if you want to try.
Do you want to try?
I don't think it's pass.
Our team's answer is pass.
Answer we're looking for there is cheese. Question 2 for Apex Friendship. The Bulletin of Atomic Scientists labeled the 1950 Gilbert Atomic Energy Lab set the world's most dangerous toy because it contained samples of what element?
Radium sounds familiar. Radium? Our team's answer is uranium.
Uranium is right. You mentioned that today. We have uranium in our product. All right. And last one for Apex Friendship. Name the world's most dangerous group in a 2008 documentary. What gangsta rap group featured Dr. Dre, Eazy-E, and Ice Cube?
Are you sure? Our team's answer is the Wu-Tang Clan.
That is incorrect. Raleigh Charter, you want to try?
Our team's answer is NWA.
That is correct. All right, players, have your pencils and scratch paper ready. It's time now for crunching numbers. You now have twice as much time to answer your questions. If you're still stumped, you can always pass to the other team, so everyone should be working toward an answer. We begin with Raleigh Charter. Solve the equation. 8 to the x power equals 16. Need something, you guys.
Our team's answer is 4/3.
That is correct. Question 2 in crunching numbers for Raleigh Charter. The hundreds digit is 5. The ones digit is 3. What is the tens digit of this 3-digit number if it is divisible by 11? Divisible by 11. Got some calculator. Need something,
Our
Raleigh
team's
Charter.
answer is pass.
That goes to Apex Friendship if you want to try. Need something, you guys. Anything?
Our team's answer is 4.
That is incorrect. Answer we were seeking is 8. Now, final crunching numbers for Raleigh Charter. Calculate the value of the secant of 20 degrees times the cosine of 20 degrees.
It's gotta be like that.
Our team's answer is 1.
1 is correct. Gotta be 1 is also correct. All right, now going over to Apex Friendship for your shot at crunching numbers here. What is the third term of the geometric sequence that starts 3, 6?
Geometric. I don't know. Are you sure? Our team's answer is 12.
12 is right. Question 2 in crunching numbers for Apex Friendship. When 6x plus 17 is divided by x plus 2, what is the remainder? Need something, Apex Friendship.
Our team's answer is pass.
That goes to Raleigh Charter.
Defer Brian.
Defer Eric?
Wait.
Oh, that's a double defer.
5 over, our team's answer is 5 over x plus 2.
Judges? That is correct, and that's our first double deferment in the history of Brain Game. All right, now we're going to Apex Friendship for the final crunching numbers question for you folks. Calculate the value of log base 2 of 9 times log base 3 of 8.
Our team's answer is pass.
That goes to Raleigh Charter.
Yes. Do you think it's 6?
No, I don't think so.
Need something, fellas?
Do you want me?
Yeah.
Our team's answer is 6.
6 is correct. All right, we've made it through a very entertaining version of crunching numbers there. Great job on both teams' part. Now we're blasting off with rocket science. Only 6 questions remain before the final round, and one of these teams will advance to the finals. We start with a visual clue. Here we go with rocket science for Raleigh Charter. What star at the center of this nebula is the 48th brightest as seen from the Earth? It's in Ursa Minor and now indicates a particular direction.
It's gotta be the North Star. Oh, it's been Polaris.
Our team's answer is Polaris.
Polaris is correct. Question 2 in rocket science for Raleigh Charter. This red fruit's name is the origin of the word grenade. What is this berry whose sticky seeds are eaten but not the flesh?
Oh, yeah, pomegranate.
Our team's answer is pomegranate.
Pomegranate is right. Phenol red, bromcresol green, bromothymol blue are all specific types of what dyes that change color with changes in pH?
Dye. It's going to be specific types of indicators. It's going to be indicators.
Sure.
Yeah.
Our team's answer is indicators.
Indicators is correct. All right, now we're doing rocket science with Apex Friendship. The U-shaped tube in this electrochemical cell allows for ion movement between solutions. What is its name?
Oh, this is a so, what is this called? I know what this is called. It's something cell. Something, I don't know. Our team's answer is pass.
Over to Raleigh Charter.
Salt Bridge.
For Brian.
Our team's answer is Salt Bridge.
Nice job, Brian. That is correct. Question 2 in rocket science for Apex Friendship. A namesake pump, conveyor belts, and falls are all systems by which carbon can be stored in the oceans by what large mammals?
Namesake pump, conveyor belt, falls, all systems. I don't know. Our team's answer is pass.
Over to Raleigh Charter.
Our team's answer is whales.
Whales is correct. And last rocket science for Apex Friendship. What letter, taken from the Latin word pallere, meaning to push, is used to represent linear momentum?
Linear moment. Oh, it's our team's answer is P.
P is correct. Well, great job, players. It's now down to globetrotting, where today we're testing your knowledge of the Caribbean. We'll have the game's final question when Brain Game returns. Welcome back to Brain Game, everyone. We hope you're playing along on your TV or your favorite device. If you want more information about the smartest 30 minutes on television, go to WRAL.com and type the search words Brain Game for the season schedule, final scores, and to watch past episodes. The regular round of play ended with Raleigh Charter on the board at 480 and Apex Friendship in there at 100. Up to 200 points are now on the table, and it all comes down to our game's final question. Each team determined how much to risk on globetrotting during the commercial break. Teams, here is your final question. On March 31st, the Caribbean guilder became the official currency of what ABC island with a capital at Willemstad? Stay tuned. The final answer and the final scores when Brain Game returns, everyone. Welcome back to Brain Game, everyone. The teams are locked in with their answers to today's final question, which is, on March 31st, the Caribbean guilder became the official currency of what ABC island with a capital at Willemstad? Let's go to our teams. Apex Friendship, please tell us your answer.
Our team's answer was Curacao.
That is correct. You risked the full 100 points. That brings your game total to 200. Raleigh, yes, worthy of applause. All right, Raleigh Charter, please tell us your answer.
The answer is Curacao.
Also correct. You risked 2 points. That brings your game total to 482. So, with that final score of 482, Raleigh Charter is today's Brain Game winner, everyone. How about that? Just like to give a little shout out to our defending champs, Apex Friendship. You defended your title honorably. Little shout out to Apex Friendship there. Good job. All right. But We got to bring the congratulations back in now to Raleigh Charter. You advance to the championship game. Please join us next week when we find out their opponent. Will it be Triangle Math and Science or Lee Early College? Thank you so much for watching Brain Game, everyone. The smartest 30 minutes on TV.